Hello, my lovelies. Good Sunday morning to ya. Thanks for joining me for extreme meal planning, meal prep. Yeah, the whole 9 yards. I'm getting it together today. Hot diggity. Thanks for joining me. I am getting started on my meal prep selections. I'm going to take you through the selection process and how I do it. And I usually do it by threes, because that's what usually works out better for our size household. And that will include many days of leftovers, lunches, that kind of thing, selecting things by three. If you're a larger household, maybe by 5, 6, or 7 might work out better for you. But I'm going to take you through my selections, how I think about things, and how I put them together, develop my meal plan, and then do my prep so that I make sure I have the easiest week possible. See, last week I didn't plan. I didn't do a meal plan, didn't do any meal prep, flew by the seat of my pants, and let me tell you, it was rough. Yeah, it was terrible. And I didn't know what day I was on. I didn't know what I was making half the time. And I had a lot of meals that were delicious, but just kind of like I looked in the refrigerator and looked at what was easy to thaw in the freezer and, made delicious meals. And I can certainly, do that. You can do that too. But having a plan, especially when I know I'm going to have a hard week, that's the best. All right, got my selections. Let me show you. For me, meal prepping and planning always starts at the freezer, where I choose my proteins. And today I just lifted 3 proteins right off the top, called it a day. I like to get them out in plenty of time to thaw. These ribs are pretty frozen. This chicken, well, I've been running water over it in the sink, and it's almost completely thawed. The bacon I took out the other day, got it 30% off. My chicken was one that was 67 cents per pound. I think I paid $1.69 per pound for the baby back ribs, and I cut the rack in half, and so we've enjoyed one, have half a rack left for this week. Yay, hooray. I was almost out of strawberry freezer jam, so I took one out to thaw, and then I'm also thawing, I know it looks like La Victoria, but it is actually chicken stock. So got those things all out to thaw. Then let's go and shop the pantry. And I am just, again, going to choose like the first few things that I come across. Whoa, Nelly. It's a delicate balance. Whole kernel corn. How about some white beans? And what else? Go ahead and take out some peach house. That sounds terrific. So I've got 3 cans out of the pantry. Yay, hooray. Let's go ahead and check out the refrigerators. Okay, this is my veg drawer. I've got some limes that are not long for this world, so I need to use those up. Got some cucumber. I've got this little bit of broccoli. That has got to get used this week. I've got a salad. We've got some carrots. We have some cuties. Those need to go. I'll cut up these cucumbers. And then down here, we have some squash, some zucchini. That also needs to get used up. PDQ. I've got 1 tomato. We've got an apple, 2 pears. And what else? I have some green grapes. In here in my lower drawer, I know I have potatoes that need to get used up. I have onions, half of a cabbage, a little bit of garlic, some onion that is in half, and then one of these is also half of a tomato. These canned goods are like a pie filling and something else, I don't remember what, because sometimes this drawer gets extra cold, and those kind of insulate the drawer from the vent to keep my produce from freezing. It's pretty effective, but yeah, we're just going to leave those in there for now. A couple of jars of these strawberries. They still look terrific. So now I can take a picture of all of the items that I know for sure that I want to use this week in my meal plan. And then I can sit down and think about what I'm going to make this week. Then I sit down and maybe I browse Pinterest for a while, watch a couple YouTube videos, look at a couple of cookbooks, and come up with my meal plan, or my game plan as I often like to refer to it. So I've got that whole chicken. I'm going to roast it, and we're going to have roasted veg to go with it and mashed potatoes. BSTC, that's going to be bacon, spinach, tomato, and cheese snuggles. We're going to have some fresh fruit with that. We're going to have the barbecue pork ribs. And then with that, we're going to have roasted veg. And we're going to have zucchini, potatoes, peppers, and onions. Yay, hooray. Then after that meal, we're going to need something just a little bit lighter. So I was thinking chicken Caesar salads. Yay, hooray. And, you know, because of our love of Mexican food, we're going to have spinach, chicken, enchiladas with mashed white beans and fiesta corn. Then I wrote out what my prep might be. Now this is very ambitious prep, and I've kind of given it a numerical scale because I can guarantee you 100% that that Sunday I'm not going to be able to do all of this. That is how I like to start my meal plan and my meal prep. And you know what? Let's get down to it. First thing that I want to do is take my baby back ribs. Now, they are still mostly frozen. They're in this bag. And I'm going to put them back in the freezer for them to thaw. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and season them with some of this Spike. It's like a multi-purpose seasoning. Mine's salt-free. They've got tons of varieties. I think they're always delicious. Some of them are spicy. Some of them are just really savory and good. This one is just savory and delicious. No heat involved, because we are going to be having Mexican food this week. Gonna save the spice for that. But I am gonna give this a generous seasoning while it's thawing. It will absorb a lot of that seasoning. I'm doing both sides. Pretty generous. Not worried about it. Make sure I get it closed back up. And then I'll just rub this all around so that seasoning can get in there. And as it thaws, it really will absorb quite a bit of that seasoning. Then I will store this on the lowest level in my refrigerator so that it doesn't cross-contaminate anything. Probably put it on a little plate just to make sure. Safety first. Pre-cooking my bacon is a great way to save time because those bacon, spinach, tomato, and cheese snuggles will come together in no time. And then also, if I decide that one of my recipes needs a little bit of bacon, you know, won't hurt a bit, then I've got bacon already cooked. I have a meal plan change because life got in the way. Not only do I have bacon already cooked, but you know, maybe I just throw together a couple of eggs and some bacon and some toast and we have breakfast for dinner, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-cook my bacon. I've got just a pan here, you know, baking pan, and I've got my oven that's going to preheat to 375 degrees. This is a jalapeno bacon. Like I said, we didn't put any heat on the ribs because we're going to have jalapeno bacon, and then we're also having Mexican food. So, you know, we have to have a little bit of balance. Everything can't be spicy. Well, it could, but, you know, sometimes you just need like, you know, a break between the spices. All right, got this bacon all together here, and I'm just going to go ahead, pop that right in the oven, get it going. Yay, hooray. Okay, I've gone ahead and taken my chicken out of the packaging, drained it, you know, put my hand inside, got out any innards that were left behind, and I'm going to use those to make my chicken stock later in the week. So I just put them in a plastic bag, threw them over in the freezer so that they will stay yummy and delicious. It's not necessary, in my opinion, to wash it because I am going to fully cook this chicken till it reaches a safe internal temperature, 165 or above. Got some rosemary from my garden. For me, that is an herb that will grow year-round. Summer, winter, fall. It always looks, smells, and tastes delicious. If you don't have any fresh rosemary, but you have some ground, I would just go ahead and give the inside cavity of your bird just a couple few shakes of the ground rosemary. I think that will be delicious. And then I've got some olive oil. Gonna give it a few good sprays. Yay, hooray. On both sides. I want it to have a really nice, delicious skin because the first night we will be eating it, just roast chicken, mashed potatoes, some veg. Want to make sure it's delicious all the way around. I also have some of this Kirkland sweet mesquite seasoning. That is going to be my spice for this chicken. And I am going to go ahead and give it a very liberal sprinkling of seasoning on both sides. There we go. Yay, hooray. Get those legs. I leave the wings on. I do not trust my bird. I don't think it's necessary. We're going to carve this up. We're going to eat this over at least 3 different meals. And then I'm going to boil the whole carcass. And, well, not the legs. Probably not the legs because we'll probably just notch those off and just, eat them with our hands. I think they're great for lunch. Anyhow, that's going to be all of my, I'm going to boil the whole carcass with some carrot, celery, and onion. Make some delicious chicken stock from my freezer because I'm getting real low. Let me give my hands a little wash up. I got chicken fingers. Okay, and to my bird, I'm going to add some of these delicious baby carrots. I got these on bargain with a digital coupon over at the Albertsons. I think I paid just a little bit more than $1 for it. And we love roasted carrots, so I am going to put in quite a bit. There we go. Have a few pieces of celery, and I am just going to give those big, rough chops because that's how we really enjoy it. Got this all washed up. It's all ready to go. Gonna just go ahead and throw those right in there. Some of those leaves I'm just gonna go ahead and insert into the cavity of my bird with that rosemary just for a little extra delicious seasoning. Won't hurt a bit. Got about half an onion here. I'm gonna put this right on in. Do I always stick to my meal plan? No. I try like the Dickens to stick to the meal plan. But like everybody else, sometimes life gets in the way. Like with the bacon. I'm picking it with the full intentions of making some snuggles. But in the event that I don't even have 30 minutes to make a meal, we can throw that bacon onto a piece of bread and just add some mayonnaise and a slice of cheese and you're good to go. It may not be the best way to use your bacon. I can throw it into the microwave. I can fry up a couple of eggs in 5 minutes and make some toast. We're ready to eat in 5 minutes. If we're really in a crunch, it's time to go. The rotisserie chickens you get at the store, this roasted chicken, this quick and easy. We're in a hurry. We gotta fly. Andrew's hungry. Let me just hack you off a drumstick. You could eat it in the car while we're on the run. He does not like eating in the car, and I don't really like him eating in my car either. But, needs must. This is all done. That's going to be a delicious roasted chicken. I'm super excited about that. Hot diggity. Going to put the lid on top. I'm going to slide it right inside my oven, right next to the bacon. Yeah, they can keep each other company. I'm picking at 375 degrees for my bacon. That's in there now. I'm going to check on it. I think it's got at least 10 or 15 more minutes. This bird will probably go for 45 minutes to an hour. I'll keep checking on it. In the event that I think it's cooking too fast or that my breasts are getting too done, and I am cooking it breast side up, again, tempt and fate. If I think it's getting done too fast, I'll make it a little beach blanket with some aluminum foil. It'll be all right. Okay, while my bacon and my chicken are cooking, let's take a look at my prep list. So number 1 was thaw meats. We can go ahead and cross that out because we're on the ball there. Season my ribs. We can mark that one off too. Yay, hooray. Roast chicken. That's in the oven doing its thing. Cooked bacon. We'll mark that one off too. Yay, hooray. You know, just, it can go so fast if you are just prioritizing what absolutely needs to be done. Number 4 on here, or pardon me, number 5 on here, croutons. Because we're going to have the chicken Caesar salad. I really like mine with croutons a lot. In fact, I think the croutons might be the best part, or the dressing. It's a toss-up. Anyhow, I want to get some croutons into that oven. While we have it on, we might as well be getting, you know, the full power of the oven in our favor. And it is beautiful today. You know, that Hurricane Hillary is just slightly moving up. Now, we've had off and on wind gusts, nothing too terrible yet, no rain, but you know, I can feel it in my knee. You get that way? So it's coming. But yeah, it's nice and cool. It didn't even get to 100 degrees. I've been outside just enjoying the under 100 degree weather because it's been a long time. June seems like a million miles away. You know, when the last time we had temperatures this good. Got a little bit of this sourdough loaf left, paid $2.99 for it. Got it over on the manager's clearance. And I am just going to take the heel and a piece and make some croutons. And that still leaves us with enough bread for toast this week if we decide to have toast, or a sandwich each. So I'm not going to buy bread, but I've got a heel. Neither one of us really prefers it for a sandwich. And then just a single slice. And I'm going to cut these into big crouton chunks. And this will be more than enough croutons for us to actually have it probably on 2 salads. And sometimes we will take leftovers, kind of chop them up, add some lettuce, add some spinach, and then have a salad for lunch. You know, maybe we don't have enough of the meat for a full serving each, but we can divvy it up and still have an enjoyable lunch. And that is just fine with me. So there we go. Got it on my little tiny pan here with a little bit of parchment because I hate to scrub dishes. Speaking of dishes, I'm starting my meal prep today with a completely empty dishwasher. So as I go, I can just start loading it in. If it gets full, I can put it on a quick cycle and just get that done so that I'm not left with dishes taller than me to put away, to wash, to dry, to put away. Yeah, just quick and easy. Into the dishwasher, push the button, you know, 30 minutes later, it's ready. Go ahead, put them away. Get on with it. Maybe you have a second load of dishes. You know, they're telling me now that it is more cost effective and more environmentally beneficial for me to run even a half load of dishes than to hand wash. I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, I'm not going to argue with them. I have some everything but the bagel seasoning, and this one's real garlicky. I like it. And I don't know if the garlic in here is from Gilroy, but I love Gilroy. It didn't say. So I'm going to give that a little toasty toast sprinkle there. I think that looks delicious. While we have the oven on, you know, gonna fill her up. Ooh, that is hot. Nelly. Put that on the top. check on my bacon since I'm down here. It looks delicious. Yay, hooray. So Andrew is so funny. He was very much a mama's boy. Yeah, her and him, they had just a little, special relationship. And she would make a Sunday roasted chicken for him because chicken is his favorite meat. And she knew that he loved it. So it was either a roasted chicken or fried chicken. And he came out here to tell me that I'm killing him with the smells. And yeah, that it smelled like his mama's house. I thought that was just precious. All right, bacon is out. And I have a meal prep container here with a paper towel in it. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop this bacon right in there. And then set this off on the counter. It'll take about 15 minutes for it to come to room temperature. And then I will put the lid on and put it in the refrigerator. I think it looks delicious. Yay, hooray, bacon. Ooh, coffee. I'm gonna get myself a cup. I need a little goat juice. All right, my croutons are out. Yay, hooray. Gonna set these over next to the bacon to cool off. Okay, now that my bacon baking pan still has the bacon grease in there, but it is cool enough to handle, I am going to go ahead and just drain off a couple of tablespoons of that bacon grease right into this skillet. And then to that, I'm going to start making my Fiesta corn. So I've got 1 can of corn here that I have drained. You could use frozen, you could use fresh. I have purchased fresh corn a couple of times this summer, and honestly, it's not been terrific. So I'm off the fresh corn for this year. I'm going to be enjoying the canned corn today. We're going to add a couple things to it. I bought these mini bell peppers for Andrew because I thought he might enjoy them as like a little low sodium kind of a snack. He's just doing terrific, and I wanted to get him something, a little bit different, a little bit special, but he did not care for them as a snack, and at all, not even a little bit, too much. He does not really enjoy raw pepper. I did not know. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use them here in my Fiesta corn. And I'm going to give them just a little chippity chop. No worries. Got a yellow one. Got a red one. These are very sweet and not spicy at all. So, I thought that they would be a good snack. But, yeah, not so much for him. That's okay. Get these in. Ooh, that red one smells good. And Fiesta corn is really easy to make. Won't take any time at all. And I'm actually going to put it in the oven with my chicken because, we've already got the oven on. You don't need to heat up anything else. So, yeah, just give those a rough little chippity chop. There we go. Yay, hooray. And there are all my bell peppers. Maybe that's a half cup. However many works for you. Whatever looks good in your opinion. Then I have the other half of that onion. And let's go ahead and give that a quick dice up. Take the tail off. And I'm going to give it a few horizontal cuts, not quite all the way through, and a few vertical cuts, just like that, and then straight down so that we get a nice small-ish dice. Honestly, it doesn't really matter how you cut your onion. Nobody's worried about it, and it will cook down in here with the rest of your corn and everything else. You know, nobody's getting the ruler out. If you like this a little bit spicier, you could certainly add a jalapeno. Leaving it pretty much as it is. I'm gonna give it, about a tablespoon of oil, and then we've got that bacon grease right in there too. That's gonna add a little extra flavor. Let's season it up. I have some of the Southwest Chipotle Mrs. Dash, but you know, about a teaspoon of taco seasoning would work just as well. Or you could do taco seasoning and a little ranch dressing for an extra little zip and zing. Anyhow, I'm going to put about a teaspoon in here. Here we go. Fantastic. Gonna give it a little stir up. I think that looks delicious. I can hardly wait. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and throw this right in my oven. And remember that when I go to reach for this to take it out or to stir it, to put a to use an oven mitt so when I grab it so I don't burn my hands. Mental note. Yeah, absolutely. Injuries in the kitchen are no fun. Checked on my chicken and it's doing just fine. We're just plugging right along. Yay, great. Okay, so I've got some of these grapes and I want to make just a little fruit salad. Just something quick and easy. Sometimes we will just have this for lunch and that works out just fine. This and a granola bar and you're set. That's plenty of energy for me. This jar just had a few of the strawberries left in it. The rest of the strawberries are in the other 2 jars in there. I'm trying to get in that 10 a day, and so is Andrew. It's a struggle. Yeah, 10 strawberries. It's a lot. But I'm just going to give these a rough little chippity chop in here. Just for, you know, a little variety in a little fruit salad. These strawberries are delicious. They are super sweet with just a little bit of tang, just how I like them. Yay, hooray. I bring these home. I wash these in a water and lemon juice solution, and then I drain them really well, pack them in the mason jar, put the lid on tight, and I tell you, I'm getting like 8-9 days out of them. Yeah, that's a super good tip. I just love it. Got my can of peaches. This was, you know, one of the 3 that I pulled down off of that shelf. So, go ahead and open these. These are peach halves, so I'm going to have to give them a little bit of a chop up too. No worries. And I am going to put about half the juice into this fruit salad. And then let's go ahead and chop up the remainder here. Come on out of there. I'm just going to chop them in half for ease of eating. And that way they will come out of my small mouth mason jar a little bit easier too. Absolutely. This makes a good breakfast. Sometimes I have it for breakfast, just a little fruit salad. And yep, just gonna cut those into some sections, some segments. Also this year, unfortunately, I bought peaches 2 times. They never really went on sale very well for me here. I paid $2.29 per pound. And they weren't very good, and the nectarines weren't either. I don't know what's going on with some of the fruits, but you know, they weren't very good, and I wasn't going to spend $2.29 to keep trying. So yeah, we're just having canned peaches. And I can tell you that these are delicious. Just gonna go ahead and pop those in there. If you're ever wondering, I wash my hands so much in this kitchen that most of the time they are very raw. And so, yes, impeccably clean hands. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a lid on my fruit salad, get that in the refrigerator. But I think that that looks festive and fun. Yay, hooray! Okay, so I'm into this now about an hour and 15 minutes. And let's go ahead and mark off fruit salad. We got that done, yay, hooray. Let's mark off Fiesta corn. And that leaves us with boiled eggs, cereal, mashed white beans, honey mustard, and cheese prep. I definitely want to get the boiled eggs done and the cereal if I get nothing else done, because that's going to make breakfast super easy. And you know, I like to wake up. I like to drink some coffee and walk around outside, do some watering, maybe a little weeding. I like a leisurely morning. I don't want to have to rush around boiling eggs and pouring cereal. Let's get her done. Got this vanilla almond granola cereal over at my 99 cents only store. It's a 10-ounce container and it was 99 cents, so I'm pretty pleased about that. I've got my mason jars out, and I love to use these mason jars as kind of a portion control for cereal, because my bowls are super big. And he can, you know, dump half of a container of cereal in it and think that he's just having a bowl of cereal when you're actually having like 3 bowls of cereal. And then I have some dried blueberries. Yeah, had a bunch of blueberries. They were going to go wonky. So, you know, I put them on my trusty Nesco dehydrator and, you know, dried them all up. So I am going to add blueberries to these. Whoops, had a runner. Get on in there. And this is the way I like to use dried fruit. Gives us another serving of fruit every day. And then, you know, also a little bit extra fiber. Have some dehydrated strawberries here. And I am going to go ahead and add those in there too. A little extra nutrition. Never hurt anybody. And these, when they hydrate, when you add milk to this and you know, give them a couple of minutes to, you know, hydrate again, they are extra intense in flavor. So they are really good. He will enjoy those. And there we go. All you need now is milk. And you are all set. I'll put the lids on these. And then I just store them in the pantry. And what he can do is just come in here all bleary-eyed and grab his cereal, add some milk to it, and there you go. You've made your own breakfast. Could Andrew pour his own cereal? Absolutely he could. He's a big boy. He's an adult man. He's my husband, not my son. Anyhow, he could do it, but he won't. He will just go without breakfast, you know, if it's not quick, easy, and ready for him. No, I don't want him going without breakfast, because then he's going to binge at lunch and eat, you know, shoot the moon. Eat a couple thousand calories because he didn't get breakfast. Better to have breakfast. Get your day off to a good start. Plus, when he's hangry, nobody's happy. That's fact. The other two are just going to get some of this puffed granola. Got it 50% off. This is a nice product. We both enjoy these. And then also for breakfast, you could have a granola bar. You could have a boiled egg. You could have fresh fruit. You could have the fruit salad. You know, there's a lot of breakfast options. Yeah. There we go. Okay, my Fiesta corn just came out of the oven. Smells fantastic. There's how it looks. I'm super excited about that. Got a little color on my corn. Got a little bit of color on my peppers and onions, and they are all seasoned and delicious. I can hardly wait. Now, we're not having these until later in the week. So I'm going to put these in a meal prep container, and then I'm going to make a mental note that one of those lines is for squeezing on top. And right before I put it in the microwave to give it a bzzz, warm up, I'm going to squeeze just a little lime on it for that fresh little pop. And if I find any parsley or cilantro out in the garden, I'll put it on right afterward. Otherwise, it'll probably be a little bit of fresh green onion because I still have plenty of those. Yeah, those survived 45 days of 110 degrees plus. Who knew? Yes, my Fiesta corn smells and looks delicious. I'm super excited. Gonna leave it in this meal prep container over on the counter to cool off a little bit. I don't want to raise the temperature inside my refrigerator. It's summer. It's struggling enough, baby. Anyhow, gonna let this come to room temperature. Keep an eye on all of my temperatures because, you know, I've got a couple of hours for this to reduce in heat. I'm gonna turn the overhead fan on because I'm hot, and I'm gonna go take a little 15-minute break. Let this cool off a little bit and see if we can get it in the refrigerator. Yay, hooray. On my chicken. It's not quite ready yet. Not quite at temperature. It may have still been a little bit frosty on the inside. Also, you know, I was looking at the package and that was almost a 7.5-pound bird. Hot diggity, but you know, it takes a little while. Anyhow, put it up to the top shelf so maybe it'll get a little bit more brown, and just a few more minutes and then we'll have chicken. Yay, hooray. We're just plowing right through the list. Cereal, mark it off. Yay, hooray. Okay, I've got a pot of water here. I'm going to turn this on to a 7. I'm going to let this come to a full boil, and then I'm going to put my eggs in for my boiled eggs. Another breakfast possibility. Okay, my chicken's out of the oven. Think that that looks delicious. Got some really crispy skin, and all I got to do is whip up some mashed potatoes. I'll lid back on, park this right here. We'll be ready to eat in about 15 minutes. So I got dinner done too. That's multitasking. Okay, the last thing that I'm probably going to get done today is boiling these eggs. That still leaves me with 3 items on my prep list to get done. Maybe they'll get done later on today. Maybe they'll get done the day that I serve the meal. But we've got it. Yeah, we've got a great head start. We've got lots of stuff for our week already prepped and prepared. I know what direction I'm going in, and that's a Christmas miracle. You know, I have this little magnet that someone gave me that says, I took the road less traveled. Now can someone tell me where the hell I am? That applies. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do 6 of these. I'm gonna boil 6 of these eggs, and then I'm gonna leave the rest for later, in case I need to make some scrambled eggs or something. You know, in case Pigpen needs a special little yum yum, or in case we get in a real big hurry and end up having fried eggs and bacon and toast for dinner. So save myself a couple back. And then I will just boil these eggs for 10 minutes. I'm gonna get my water bath ready. So I'll boil them for 10, drain them off, let them sit in a water bath for 10 minutes, and then they should peel easy peasy. On my prep list is to grate cheese, we can scratch off boiled eggs. Okay, to grate cheese, to mash white beans, to kind of make like a refried bean with some white beans. I didn't have any of the pinto beans or black beans for refried beans, but I have white beans, and those are going to be delicious. To make honey mustard, and then also to make a chicken stock. So, like I said, I'm going to use the bird's carcass after we've had a few meals, after I've picked it clean. And so I think what we will be okay doing is the rest of our prep, those 3 things, probably on Wednesday. Lovelies, we didn't get it all done, but we shot the moon. We got ourselves set for success. Can't get better than that. I told you it was a pretty ambitious list. Yeah, I wasn't fooling, but we got a lot of work done in an hour and a half. And because we stacked our oven, we also kept up on the dishes. Everything's in the dishwasher. I've only got 1 load and a saucepan, and that's going to be about it. Got all of my breakfast prep done. We are set. We are set for success. It was an hour and a half of my day, but you know what? That's going to save me so much time all this week, and I'm going to, I feel like I got my life together today. Can't get better than that. Can't beat that with a stick. Yay, hooray. All right, here we go. We've got 5 cereals all prepped up. We've got boiled eggs all ready for breakfast, fruit salad, croutons for our chicken Caesar. This is my roast chicken and veg that we are having tonight. Andrew's already claimed a thigh and a drumstick. Yay, hooray. Fiesta corn for later in the week. Herbed mashed potatoes with butter. We've got our bacon that's all crisped up and ready to go. And also our pork baby back ribs that are all seasoned and will be super yummy come the day. All right, my lovelies, it's almost time for dinner. Andrew has already come out and said that his belly is hitting his backbone. Are we ever going to have dinner? Is my meal prep ever going to be complete? He just thinks that these meals make themselves. All right. Well, you know what? I've got as much done as I can. I'm hot. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat dinner and watch Jeopardy. I hope this is giving you some inspiration to do some meal prep on your own. Yay, hooray. Let me know what you're making this week. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, be good, be careful, look both ways. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous.